Well, folks, alright, so I've got this piece of dough. I got the Rugelach dough. Okay, I'm going to roll it out, bake off some cookies. I just pulled this out. I had basically, usually when I make a Rugelach dough mix, I make enough that there's going to be 2 balls. Okay, so I needed to make it for last weekend. And I have this extra one here, and I haven't craving, so I'm going to make some Rugelach here. Now, the recipe on this, okay, basic creaming process, you can take just a little bit of granulated sugar, maybe 1/4 cup, okay? Even a little bit less than that, really. And then it's got a 1/2 pound of cream cheese, which is basically, one little 8-inch block, and then 2 sticks of butter, okay, and then 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, okay, so that's the recipe on that, and that's what we do. So, you mix the butter and the cream cheese and the sugar all together, add a little vanilla, add your flour, basically mix it till it's all tight and smooth and so on. Divide it in half. Here's the second half. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, take a little flour, put it on the table. Okay. Oh, this is nice and firm. That's for sure. Now I'm basically going back and forth, just focusing on the center. And it's going to get sticky in a minute. Before that happens, I'm going to want to lift it off and give it some more flour. Okay, so there we go. Smooth all this out. Give it a touch more. You don't want to overdo it with the flour, but you definitely want to make sure you have a dry surface to roll on. Now, when you have cracks like this, you want to just put them back together. Okay, like so. And then go back at the center of your ball. Okay, cracks are going to happen around the edge. Work on the center, and then smooth them back out. See how I keep going back and forth? Back and forth. Alright, so basically I'm focusing on the edge now. I'm going around, basically I'm pressing the edge out so that the seams meet in together, okay? That's what we're doing. Then we'll go back out through the center, which is real easy to do. Okay, now this is what you want to avoid here. Alright, let's stick that back on like so. But what that tells me is now we're getting a little sticky with the dough. Okay, so we need to be careful. I feel thick here and thin here, which makes sense because I've been pressing on that side. Just be very gentle about this. Trying to keep it in a circle. Thick there. Okay. That's good. good right there. I'm feeling the thickness of it. And you don't want to be afraid to manipulate it. You know, you can move it around. It's your dough, of course. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to put my mixture on. And what I have here is a bunch of dark brown sugar with some chopped walnuts and a bunch of cinnamon. Okay, so put that on, spread it out. Oh yeah, look at that. It doesn't need to be super thick. And I'm pushing it down a little bit. Okay. The idea is to, you know, have a thin coating all across the dough, except for the very, you know, little bit on the edge. Doesn't need to be all the way to the very edge. Okay, so now I'm going to take my wheelie roll and I'm going to cut myself an X. Okay. And I like to do that because I like to find the center. Okay, that's the only reason I do that. And then I'm going to cut into the center, and I'm usually going to get either 5 or 6 out of each quarter. Okay? And it just depends on how big it is. This one here, look how wide that is. Probably get an extra one out of that one. Here I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look. There we go. We still got 6. I like to get 6 out of each one. And that gives me an even 2 dozen. There we go. Okay, so 5 cuts makes 6 pieces. Alright, so now I've got my pan with my paper. Okay. On this kind of thing here, okay, we're going to be painting some egg whites on top. So definitely want to spray the paper. And that's going to help the cookies come off the paper easily. Okay. And now I'm going to start with this nice big one here. Right in front. Oh my. And you just basically roll it right up. And 1. And a 2. And 1, 2. Now it's good to put the big ones around the edges. Okay, so that one looks like a big one. Yeah. This looks like a smaller one, so I'm going to put this guy in the center of the pan, like so. And same with this one. Oops. Come on back here. This is what happens when you get a kink in the dough. That's what I'm looking for. See how it's a rounded little crescent? Smaller one that's from inside. Bigger ones are in the top half here. Those are the ones that I'm going to want to put around the edge of the pan. See what the big giant guy. Yeah. Boy, that looks like a good one. Oh yeah. So, one more after this. So, we can have placing them on the pan evenly. Definitely want to go around the edges. So, this one I'll put down right here. And this one I'll put across on top. Like that. Okay. Oh yeah. Wow. Those look yummy.
Smells awesome in here, by the way.
What's that?
Smells awesome in here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So now, bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. So we got for the next rugelach. And now, what we want to do, oopsie. Go ahead and clear the table a little bit. There. Alright, there we go. Put that off to the side. Okay, so now I am going to paint these guys with some egg white straight up. Okay. And then what we're going to do is turn on the old oven. We'll bake these at our normal baking temperature of about 350 degrees, which means 295 on my oven. You set it, your oven at about 240, 245. If you have a cool oven, then you'd want to set it a little higher. Okay. So, and these are going to take, as usual, about 8 minutes on one side and 4 to 5 minutes on the other side after we turn them to 180 degrees. Okay. I'm going to use a convection oven, so we want to subtract 50 degrees out of my temperature. Okay. Basically, what you want is for these to be like a little gooey on the inside in the center. It's good to have a little bit of, have them be a little crisp. You want them to get a nice golden brown. Okay, so that they have a nice crisp pastry. And then you have the brown sugar yummy surprise on the inside. And that, of course, should be a little bit yummy and gooey and yummy. However you want to call it. Stretch it around the egg. Yeah, basically 1 egg white will do about 2 dozen. 1 roll, if you're going to do 2 rolls, you would, of course, want to probably do the 1 and then add another egg white to do the second one. Otherwise, you're going to get all soupy and gooey and sugary and all that. So the egg white is going to add a nice little golden glaze to the finished product. Alright, did I miss any?
No, I don't think so.
Guess not, because they look awfully dull and boring if you do. Actually, I should have left one on
a little extra.
Huh?
Might be a couple that could use a little bit more.
Yeah. We're going to call that good. Okay, so we're going to take a pause on the video here while we turn on the oven, let it heat up, and then bake these little guys. But we'll be back shortly, and if you folks will stay tuned, you'll get to see how these look after they're baked. And, of course, as usual, I will put a timer on the oven. So even though I have my internal timer that I know is right, we will actually put a number on it when we come back. And, of course, you'll get to see us enjoy these immensely. And you will be very jealous. Sorry, but that's the way it's going to be. All right, folks. The Rugelach is done. I'm going to get it out of the oven right now. Okay?
And here we go. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a happening. All right, so I was right. 9 minutes and 5 minutes. Okay, that's what it took. And I had it at 290, which means 340 for you folks at home in your regular conventional oven. Okay, so anyway, remember how I was talking about the egg whites and how you can tell the difference? See how it's dry right here but shiny right here? Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So where it's dry, that's where I didn't get the egg. But where it's shiny, it's all bright and beautiful golden. So anyway, these are going to be wonderful. Go ahead, grab one. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, folks. Look at how gorgeous that is.
He's showing his off. I'm eating mine. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. These are great for any time. Awesome for breakfast. Okay. Awesome in the evening. Just to munch on, whatever.
Like on Stack?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So, in the past, I used to make these giant ones that would be like a breakfast type of thing. Like instead of eating a Danish, you'd eat a big giant Rugelach.
But I like these smaller ones. They're about 2.5 ounces each, and they're just they're fantastic. Mm-hmm. I know. So I think that the key to this is the cream cheese and the butter together in the dough.
Mm-hmm.
And the dough is not very sweet. Okay, there's hardly any sugar in the dough. The dough has it's basically a fat, and then just a touch of sweetener, and then a lot of flour goes into it. So when you roll it out, it's kind of like a pie dough. But it's got that twang of the cream cheese. So
yeah,
we'll
put a link for the video that shows you how to make the Rugelach.
I'm gonna eat another one. I can't help it.
Me too.
I'm gonna go after this real sugary one here.
I'm going at this little guy here.
Oh, there you go. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you when they're.
Oh, that's got a wonderful crunch to it.
When they're warm, they're the best.
Bang.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The Lions are going to be very happy.
Well, that should be. Okay. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed our video. It was, short and sweet. Basically, don't forget, bake with the love. You put the love into it, it's going to be awesome no matter what it is. It's always delicious. Around here, that's what we do. So, happy baking, and we'll see you on the next one.